Oh, man. Karen! I just got goosebumps, everybody. Karen is here. Good morning, Karen. Karen, you got a lot of love. People were asking, where's Karen? I haven't seen Karen. Guys, I got her. I got her. I was texting her, Facebook Messenger. I got Karen over here. Got her. Good morning, Karen. Good to see your face. Manuel, what's up, brother? Good morning. You're driving. He's got the sports jacket on too. I like that. I'm glad I put mine on. Yeah, I look proper and sharp. Jack's always, he's got the bow tie. Jack takes it to the next level. I might try a bow tie. I might try a bow tie to see what I got over here. John Root, John Hart, a lot of my Johns. Lear, good morning to you. Wendy down in Tampa. No, yeah, she is in Tampa. Good morning to you. What's up, Michelle? Good morning to you. Dusty, every time I see Dusty, Derrick, I see him driving. I think of this song. I think of this song. On the road again, getting faster than I've ever been. I'm on the road again. And that is why I don't sing all. So you don't have to worry. You will not see me. If you see me on TV, it will not be on American Idol. I can guarantee you that. So good morning, Alicia. Good morning to you all. Rika, what are you laughing at, Rika? So good morning to everybody. Hope you're having a blessed and amazing day. I want you to put this in the chat. I want you because Derrick asked me, he said, Brock, what do you think we can do? What do you think we could do? I said, let's put everybody in the chat and say, I want you to tell us if you're having, I want you to put in there, good day. Good day. I'm gonna have a good day today. So we're just putting it into the universe. Type in good day. Type in good day. I want you to use your thumbs if you're on your cell phone, fingers on the keyboard. I want you all to put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'm even gonna have Kevin. I had an amazing conversation with Kevin yesterday. Got to learn all about his story. He's gonna be one of our Figured Out Friday guests. Oh man, what an amazing story this guy's got. And he started young on. This guy did not mess around. He's like, you know what? If I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna do it between 15 and 16. What man, what a great. I mean, get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. I waited. I waited a little bit. I waited till my 30s. Don't recommend it, but he got it out of his way, and excited to hear his story on what he's got going on. What's up, D? What up, D? Millie? What up, Millie? Good morning to you all. So let's see. Do I have people saying good morning? Because I'm going to be a little sad. I'm going to be a little bit sad. We got great day, good day, good day. Some of you are missing. Some of you are missing. That means you're not having a good day. What's up, Jasmine? Look at Jasmine just on that rocking chair. That just looks like a beautiful like scene that she's got going on over there. All right, my aunt's here. My godmother's here. Good morning to my Aunt Muriel. Good morning to you. It's not very often you can say your godmother's on the show. All it is not very often you can say that. But she's been on here. She's not very happy with my Facebook. Oh, we're working with you, Aunt Muriel. We are working. She's like, why aren't you on Facebook? Then my mom's calling me. Brock, I haven't seen you on Facebook. What's going on, Brock? Why aren't you there? I'm like, all right, Mom, we're working through it. We're not doing StreamYard, right, John Hart? We are not doing StreamYard. John Hartall, when I did StreamYard the next day, call Brock, I'm not too sure about StreamYard. I don't really like it. I said, you know what, John Hart, I respect you, and we're getting rid of it. We did it for like 2 days, and it was out. It was out the door. Now I lost Derrick Green. I lost him. Where did he go? He was on here. This is what happens when you start getting more and more people on the show. You got to like filter through the oh, there he is. There's my main man, Mr. Derrick Green. He's in the Philippines still. He is still in the Philippines, and it is 8:20 at night, I believe, over there. Good morning to you, Derrick. What's happening, brother?
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I am doing good. Last week you were testing me last week. Last week I got the email about 8:14, and Jay sends me this email. Sir, Derrick doesn't have any reception. You're going to have to do the show. I was like, wonderful, wonderful, great. We'll see what we got here. So, good
Hey,
morning,
sorry
brother. How
about
you
that, man.
doing,
I
man?
apologize, bro. Good
Hey, we make it
morning.
work. We make it
I'm
work, just like
blessed.
you. You make it
Hey, my
happen.
internet is this thing right here right now, so I'm hoping that it holds up.
I better, I better be ready. Better really be paying attention, leaning in today. How you doing out there?
Brother, I'm blessed. I'm absolutely blessed. I just have a couple points that I wanted to make from this trip to the Philippines. First of all, I love the shade that I see I've gotten a little bit darker here. I'm appreciating that. I just want to say a couple things and then open up a conversation with you, man. So first of all, I love the shades. It's an amazing thing that happens, bro. Or has happened over here in the Philippines. You know, the darker that I get over here, like the more I appreciate it because I haven't had one person tell me to go home or go back where I come from, bro. In fact, over here, they don't tell me to go back where I come from. They open their doors and say, come in, and they cook for me. And it's been awesome. My team is actually sitting around me,
Hey, all.
and I'm so appreciative to have be in this place in life where I can sit down and host these guys and show them aspects of their country that they may not have otherwise been able to see, some of them, and to enjoy these moments, man. But I'll get right into this thing, bro. Hopefully you can hear me and I don't cut out too bad. I have a couple notes, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. And these are just things that have been coming up while I'm in the Philippines, so bear with me. I'll begin by saying this. You can probably hear the noise around me. You can probably see people in the background. And for some people, that's very distracting. And I get that. But I just want to share a quick thing. A baby can cry in any dialect, in any language, in any country on the planet, and be understood. Life will bring that baby everything that it's asking for. So, for those, right, don't focus on the messenger, focus on the message. That's one thing that I want to say. Can you still hear me, Brock?
Yep, you're good, man.
Man, he freezes, so I'm not sure if he can hear me or not.
You're good.
Let me see. Let's try something different.
We're working through it. While he was talking all, you know what I find very fascinating to me? That I Googled the distance between Charlotte and the Philippines, Manila, specifically. He's roughly 8,700 miles away. And I still find that that little black little circle box that he showed us is what's connecting us. Isn't that amazing with technology, all where we've come? That you can be 8,700, it says 8,722 miles, that's how far, and he has this little black box, and we're still able to even see him. I mean, guys, think about your dream that you have in your life. Think about whatever it is that you're facing. If we can do this all, you can do anything that you possibly want that is in your head. I'm telling you. I don't know if you
Bro,
can hear me, Derrick.
I can hear you, and that's actually a great segue. It's like you read my notes. So one of the things that I wrote right here is that this is the greatest time in human history for connection, the human connection, because we've tried the social media experience, and you've heard me say before, man. You have people that have 10,000 followers and no friends. So now is the time, the greatest time to actually exercise or spend the greatest currency that we have, which is human connection. And if it's this little black box or the one I'm holding in my hand that allows us to connect, please reach out to somebody. And for the love of God, count the smiles in your life, not the dollars. Well, I'm in the Philippines, so let me rephrase that. Count the smiles, not the pesos. The something else that I have here in the notes, bro. The team and I went for a walk. We wanted to go see the sunset tonight. So we're on this white sand beach that's about 3 miles long, and we just walked the beach. And I was amazed at the number of people that instead of looking at the sun, they're looking at their phone and they're trying they're trying to capture the right lighting. They're trying to be sick, trying to get just how more people are focused on capturing the moment instead of enjoying the moment. They're
Mm.
so busy looking into their phones, trying to make sure they have the perfect Instagram pic that they actually miss the majesty of the moment. So, man, when you're doing that, when you're focused on these lenses that Steve Jobs gave you, called an iPhone, it actually creates frustration. And you can see that on the beach. They can't enjoy the sunset because they're too busy worried if they got the smile right. The lady's worried is, am I at the right angle? Is this my good side or my bad side? No, no, no. Retake that picture. When you focus with the lens that man gave you, you miss the moments. So learn to go back and focus with these lenses that the universe brought for you so that you can actually enjoy the freedom that you have to enjoy those beautiful moments in life. That's one of the things that I have right there. Another thing, sitting with the team on the beach. We're sitting and the waves are crashing, there's sailboats going by, people are laughing and joking, there's music playing in the background, everybody's having a good time. And it just hit me. I sat and I went for a swim first, and I came back and I did a quick little meditation. And in the meditation, I had a thought. And this thought was this, Rock. There will never be another moment in my life where I will hear that exact sequence of sounds. It's a cacophony of sounds that I'm listening to. And it made me realize, bro, that every moment of your life is a unique moment. Every single moment is a unique moment. Can you have similar moments? Yes, you can go sit on the beach. You can listen to the waves. You can do all of that stuff. But will the sailboat pass by at that same time? Will that wave pattern be the same? Will the birds be chirping back there? Will you hear the lady screaming because her husband just picked her up and slammed her into the ocean and they're just having a great time? No. So you've heard me say before, when somebody gets you with their presence, be present because that is the only time in your life you'll ever have that moment. This goes back to the sunset as well, because so many people take the sunset for granted that they actually miss the sunset, or they think I can come back tomorrow. There's another dinner cruise tomorrow. There's another sunset tomorrow, and yes, the sun will set again tomorrow. But you don't know the clouds and how they're going to be. Maybe tomorrow's sunset won't be as beautiful as today's, or maybe it'll be raining, and you're going to miss out on that moment. So focus on those moments, those beautiful moments. Realize and appreciate the uniqueness of them, and just, man, learn to focus. All right, gratitude. Brock, this is one that you talk about all the time. I talk about it. Chad talks about it. Rebecca talks about it. All of us that have cracked the secret, this thing called gratitude. And it's gratitude, going back to that cacophony of sounds that I was talking about, gratitude for the small things. See, some people can sit on that beach and they can focus on the airplane that may fly by, or they can focus on the engines and all this type of stuff. But then they can't find inner peace with that. They're focused outside of themselves and they're so busy or worried about the noises and all that stuff that they can't hear the crickets. Rock, you can sit on this beautiful beach in Boracay, Philippines, and you can hear crickets amongst all the other noises out there, bro. Crickets. It's crazy, crazy to me. So I believe that people that can learn to show appreciation and gratitude for the small things can learn to actually pick out those smaller things to be appreciative for. Since I've been here, I've been invited into many houses, man. And as you know, I just finished two books. Finished two. In those two books, well, in one of those books, I talked about how poor I was growing up. And I've learned that there's levels to poverty. So after going to Uganda and then now being in the Philippines and being invited into people's houses, I sat with this one lady. She makes 6,000 pesos a month, bro. 6,000 pesos a month. It's like $145 or something, somewhere around 150 bucks a month. And that's what she lives off. Doesn't have a refrigerator. She doesn't have an air conditioner in her house. Her bed is literally made of just two by fours with a piece of foam or some folded up blankets or something on top of it. And yet, every day she looks forward to coming home from work and feeding her cat and sitting and petting the cat and just appreciating the beauty of life. And I'm just looking at this person and I'm just like, wow. And then I go to the next house. There's no running water. They're out in the countryside. They have this bucket system with this little bucket inside of the bucket thing. But man, the kids are running around in the yard and they're just as happy as pigs in slop. no pun intended there, but they're just happy and contented. That's the word that they keep using, bro. Contented, contented, contented. And yet, I'm looking at these little kids running around. You have kids that are playing with literal mud balls and sticks. And I'm thinking about my kids back in Alaska, bro, that have the what do you call this thing? The iPad, they have the Xbox, they have internet, they have all these things, and they just get so freaking miserable. And it's like, dude, how do we get kids to appreciate the small things? So one of the things I'm going to be doing is going back to grab my kids, and I'm bringing them back over here to the Philippines, and then probably going to other countries after that, so that they can see and experience a different world. They can see and appreciate, or hopefully learn to appreciate the small things. That's that. There's just this understanding, bro, that you can have all the resources in the world. If you just not get into the politics of it, but think about America right now, think about the globe right now. You have the richest people in human history in charge of the most powerful country in human history, and they're freaking miserable. They're mad, they're upset, they're grumpy, they bitch about everything. Now, it doesn't matter which political party is in office. This is true no matter which political party is in office. You have people that have everything and they can't find happiness. And yet you have people that have nothing, absolutely nothing. And then you talk to them and realize they have everything. That's something that y'all need to sit with for a minute and just soak that in. Another note I have, bro. Sunrises are just as mesmerizing as sunsets. I see so many people that love the sunsets. They'll sit on the beach, they'll watch this thing, the colors of the sky change. And honestly, man, it looks like God hired Bob Ross to come paint the horizon with pastels. It's just it's beautiful. But you know what? If you wake up in the morning, first of all, you get to exist in silence because the whole world hasn't woken up with you, except the joggers. There's a few joggers out there. But you get to walk the beach in peace and calm and serenity. And when that sun peeks over the horizon, you get to see that the sunrise is just as beautiful as the sunset. And if you remember the affirmation that I said before, it begins with thank you, God, for another day, another opportunity to get it right. You realize as you're walking to exist in gratitude and appreciation for another day of being able to get out of your bed because somebody somewhere around you didn't. And that sunrise is just a moment to reflect on and be thankful for. And you know what, man? The sunset is just as mesmerizing. Because guess what, Brock? Somebody woke up this morning, but they're not going to sleep tonight. They missed the sunset. One of the people that I was talking with 8 years ago, his brother was driving, just routine on his way home, made a lane change, and had a head-on collision with another motorcycle. Both men died. I don't know if they saw the sun rise that morning, but I know that neither one of them saw the sun set that night. All of the tears and all of that pain that the family had regarding that. And I think that we take our moments for granted, bro. Sitting in silence in the Philippines, being around these people, man, I bro, it's just gratitude, being able to sit and say thank you, not just for another sunrise, but thank you for letting me see another sunset, every one of them. So in that, I talked about silence, and I've learned here, bro, that silence is the loudest sound. I'll end with this one so that we can actually talk. Silence is the loudest sound, bro. I want to say that again for everybody listening. Silence is the loudest sound. Silence connects you with the voices in your head. The voices in your head, this receiver that you have inside of you, actually more like here, but this receiver that you have inside of you is how the universe, God, the creator, the hand that guides all, maestro, Allah, Jehovah, Elohim, however you want to say it, that's that's where you receive the messages that are being transmitted to you at all times. However, you surround yourself with distractions all day long. Some of you have reached out to me and had conversation, and have desire, they'll ask, Derrick, how do I find clarity? How do I find clarity? How do I find clarity? Clarity comes in the silence. But let me tell you, your clarity is being guarded. Your silence is being guarded by distraction. And distraction is the greatest security guard you'll ever find. That sucker stands everywhere and at every angle. If you want to find your clarity, learn how to sit in silence. And sometimes that silence has to exist in a room just like this, Brock. I have people around me. Yes, there's noises. I'm sure there's children playing in the background. There's something happening back there. But I'm locked in with you, bro. So I'm being silent and present with you. Are there people watching this and they're gonna watch this later? Absolutely. But man, you've gifted me with your presence. You've gifted me with this platform and an ability to get on here and speak. So I want to exist in silence with you and just connect with you. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. But with that, I just want to open it up and let's talk, man.
You know what? As in the beginning of your conversation, the internet was breaking up. And I talked about the little black box that you had. And I was thinking in my head while you seemed to be speaking for about 30 seconds and you would break up. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that pattern, but you'd speak and then it would break up. You'd speak and then it would break up. But did you all notice that when the message that God wanted us to hear, you didn't break up again? Like you were completely solid for the next 15 to 17 minutes and you didn't break up. And that's when we were in silence. Like I didn't say, my boy Kevin on here, he taught me some stuff yesterday when we talked, but he takes notes on index cards and I take notes in my notebook. And I'm building a portfolio from people's notes. And maybe this will transform into a book one day of all the different messages and the concepts of all the different leaders that I've been able to be blessed to listen into. And we're creating something on this. But I thought it was fascinating to me that you did not break up the last 15 minutes at all, at least not on my end. But I don't think anybody else it broke up either. So one was just the fascination, all that if just absorbing that message right there, that there was something for somebody to hear. Now, in reference to what I wrote down here, there was many things that you said, but I'm going to go back to the first thing that I find that it doesn't matter what language, doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. It doesn't matter if you're tan, white, green, black, what country, what political race, it doesn't matter anything. But if we all hear a baby cry, we all know that language. We all can stop traffic and be like, a baby is crying and it is in need. And I find that very fascinating because I never really looked at it like that. That was a perspective that you brought to me. And I'm like, damn, that's so true. It doesn't matter. Well, I mean, a baby could be crying in a cul-de-sac, in a mall, in a church, in a school, in a community, in an office, in a playground, wherever it is. We as a nurturing people that are on here in this entire family, if we heard a baby cry, we would all be like, huh, wonder what's going on with that baby. I hope that baby's okay. And that's a universal language. So then I wrote down, how many other universal languages are there? That was the question I wrote down. How many other universal languages are there that don't discriminate, segregate in any capacity? So I thought that was really cool that you brought. The next thing that you wrote down, Derrick, or I wrote down, Derrick, from listening to you, because sometimes I think it's cool as a speaker, as a presenter, as somebody who's sharing to hear what other people got, what I received from your message. A smile, right on, Kevin. Good. A smile is a universal language that it doesn't matter what it is that everybody can see. I like that. Both are emotions too. Funny how that works. I wrote down catching the moment versus enjoying the moment. Catching the moment versus enjoying the moment. And I catch myself doing that sometimes when I'm watching my kids play a sport and I'm trying to get Brielle and I'm trying to watch her do the thing and I'm so laser focused on the Zoom and trying to follow her and everything else, or be like, oh, this will be some good content, da, da. And like literally, so I sit with my ex-wife at the game because we get along, we're fine, and so we we talk it up and everything else. And she said this to me that really resonated with me when you said this, Derrick. She goes, "Oh, wow, she scored. Did you catch it?" I'm like, son of a bitch. I didn't, because I'm messing around with my phone trying to follow her because I didn't have the right zoom and she moved so fast that I was over there. I was like, that's it. I'm done. If she wants video, we'll do this at another time, or I'll just pay somebody to freaking follow her because I'm not going to miss any more moments.
Bro, that's so important what you're saying right there because content leads to discontentment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. You're so focused on capturing content that you miss that moment. And then you have that discontentment inside you.
Yeah.
Because Brielle knows you missed
I have to come up with a story. I'm like, yeah, it was amazing. What a shot. But those were the last one, and I'll leave everybody. I'll let us close this down. Is silence is the loudest. Oh no, I wrote down this. This one was important because I want you to write this down for those of you for a goal. When I go to the beach, this is one of my goals. You don't have to write it down. This is one of my goals. My goal is to see how many times I can see the sunrise and the sunset in the same day. That is my goal every time I go to the beach. How many times can I maximize on the two majestic, amazing times of the day in my world? Because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'll catch the sunrise. Oh, I'll grab the sunset. But it's very hard to do both. If you're a morning person, sunrise, not a problem. But you're trying to get to dinner and everything else that you do, so you miss the sunset. And some of you might not be a morning person, so you're like, well, I'll catch the sunrise. I mean, I'll catch the sunset. And to me, it's being able to see both the same day is a very, very small percentage of people who do that, who have the purpose, and because you have to be purposeful to be able to do that. But I just like, I want to see both. And literally, I'm going to spring break next week, as you all know. But like, that is my goal. How many times that I can see it? So I guess you guys can ask me that following Monday, how many times I saw it. But I just found that very fascinating to me, like that message, and the silence is the loudest sound, and the connection. That was, that was really, that resonated with me a lot. So as our time concludes here today, I want you all to think about this, what Derrick just, what he was sharing. I want you to really put ME in the chat. That means ME. I'm so used to spelling with Bryce. Put me in the chat if you pulled something out of today. Be honest with yourself. Put a me in the chat if you were able to resonate on one of those concepts that Derrick's 8,733 miles away, approximately from North Carolina, that the distance did not get in the way of you accepting something and realizing something that he said today. And Derrick, I'll let you close this out, brother.
What Brock just said right there is incredibly important and what I want every single person to listen to and really cement this into your mind. You actually have a little black box just as powerful as mine is, and it can connect you just as easily to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in life, whatever goal you're trying to achieve in life. You just have to learn to go back and communicate with the skill set of a baby. Sit in silence, listen, receive it, connect, and you'll watch a life change. I appreciate y'all, everybody, every single person that has gifted me with your time, whether right now or later. Brock, you have a great day, bro. Thank y'all all. Love y'all. And hello from the Philippines.
Hey, y'all. And Rosario, many of you know Rosario.
Yeah.
She's going to be our Figured Out Friday guest. So Rosario is our guest tomorrow. So come back. She's got an amazing story. She's been with us for quite some time, and I'm very blessed to have Rosario as our Figured Out Friday guest. So, Derrick, stay safe out there. I know you're coming back this week. God bless you, man. Tell everybody over there we say hi, and come back tomorrow to listen to Rosario and her amazing story. It will blow you away. Bye,
All right,
all.
Rosario. Bye, all.